Hey traders, welcome to the day trading recap for June 6, 2023. Let's take a look at what we did today. I actually came up with a nice thesis this morning. I said, today's probably going to be a choppy day. Probably stay and hold the range inside day until the gap is filled on the SPY. Ended up being correct, and I was also looking for a pull out the gate this morning, then a long grind higher. Ended up being the case, and we ended up doing a lot of SPX trades and having a very high hit rate because of that. A lot of 100% movers. Let's talk about some of those trades right now. So SPX today, the 4285 calls, which was one of the bigger movers, 253% on that idea. The 275 calls into the close, 129%. And then there's a whole bunch of other trades that you can take a look at here. We had the 4280s, 96% on those into close. Those 4275s, we traded them again, 129%. I think I just talked about that, but and then we also had some hedges. The 4275 puts for 53%, 4280 calls again for that. That was about like a 25% trade in the end. 4285s, like I said before. All in all, really good trades on the SPX, and then we had the puts this morning. We did the 4255s out the gate, which ended up being a pretty decent trade, and then we rolled into some calls, 4285 calls at 2.7, and those ended up ripping to the upside for 111%. Options as well, really good stuff there. We had a lot of decent trades. Again, grabbing stuff off the low, so I was pretty pumped about that. Some of the best ones, or best ideas of the day. We had this Qualcomm out the gate, the 115 calls. I noted the strength of Qualcomm and AMD relative strength. So we ended up doing both. Qualcomm 115 call idea, 285%. The AMDs, we did the 130s for 100% change. UPST, the 30 calls, that idea, 233%. QS, smaller name, grabbed the 7 calls for 200% on that. We also did the W. We actually had that overnight from yesterday on W, and those ended up going 150%, and then there was a whole bunch of other 100% trades. Intraday, we had some decent ones like Expedia, 61%. BA played off the lows for 45%. What else did we do? Tesla for about 20%. It was a in the money, or basically in the money call. Laser for 100%. Qualcomm, we talked about that. Google over 150% on the 128 calls, which ended up getting the money. We ended up holding those overnight. And overall, pretty good stuff. Meta, 59% this morning, so on and so forth. So really high hit rate on the equity and option, or so on the option side, SPX and the normal options. Equity, we had a really good trade on MSTR along with the gate. 25 points on that one to the upside. Tesla long after the morning dip for 4 points. SMCI long for 4 points intraday on that idea. Oops. THO long for 5 points. NVIDIA long for 2 points after the morning dip as well. Played that nice little bounce to the upside. GTLB long for 2.8 points. The only thing that didn't work, we tried some NVCR with a tight stop this morning. Ended up getting stopped out of that one. But all in all, really nice day on the equity side, especially for a tight range as well. That's it, my friends. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Market is set up for continuation. I love the IWM. There's some great setups on the small caps going forward. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity tomorrow, which is going to be fun. Come join us in chat, guys. Pre-market to after hours, we are trading the entire day live streaming, written ideas, and we do have dedicated SPX options and equity sections for you. So it makes things a lot easier to follow. Thanks for watching, my friends. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we do have some promos on my Twitter pinned. Take a look at those. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.